Andre Wade coming back to reminisce about some things. Uh, I don't know if my viewers who was just watching the last video uh, is here now, come to watch, what I got to talk about. But I come to correct that Cash App. I come to correct. I was wrong. I was wrong. So if any of the viewers are out there who had just reviewed my last video, should know that the Cash App is a dollar sign, capital J, capital L, ESD. Yes, dollar sign, capital J, capital R, LESD. That's the Cash App. And I did give it wrong, and that wasn't the right Cash App information that I had given on the last video. So if you're interested in Cash App of just released, it's the dollar sign, capital J, capital R, LESD. So being that I had to come back and I had to correct that, I can catch up on some of the more of if the walls could talk in prison. Hey, and I was thinking about a time like when I was incarcerated, right? And I had this partner. And I mean a partner, he was my partner, and we was two different individuals. But we hustled, and when we did things, we was SSIs. And when we got down on hustling and making money in there, we did it together, right? But living, our living conditions was totally two different way of living. I I messed with women, and he messed with punks, but not punks in that nature where he just dealt with punks all the time. He had a boy that he called his wife, and I had to understand that nature of thinking, right? That nature of behavior. But after being among this guy and understanding the ways of how prisoners think, I accepted him as my partner in my life. But like I say, we did totally different things when it came to that kind of personal thing among ourselves. I'll never forget this female officer. She liked me. So she used to ask people questions about me. And there was a lot that she already knew about me, but I guess she wanted to hear something, different, right? So she asked this guy one day, and I found this out after I started having a relationship with her. And because I already felt that she liked me because some of the things that she did for me and always was there for me, right? So she asked the guy, "What you know about Dre Dog?" And the guy told her, being selfish or being jealous in a way, he told her that I was a snitch and I messed with punks. Now, those two jackies there alone, you wouldn't want on you in prison. He told her that I was a snitch and I messed with punks. He was trying to belittle me totally as a man with this woman because he seen that this woman liked me, and he might have liked her, but she liked me. And so she was asking him questions about me. And this man told this woman that I was a snitch and I messed with punks. You know what the woman said? She told him, "No, that's one thing I know he not." She said, "I know he is not a snitch, and I know he don't mess with punks." And with that alone, her knowing this and what he gave her in response of her asking him about me pushed me and her more so together. It pushed us together because she seen that it was a lot of dudes that envied me. Man, I was a nice looking cat running up and down them hallways. I remember a lady, it was these women, because I always be among a lot of women, right? And with, like, if the woman, you have a woman in the picket, you have a woman working the tank, and you have a woman working outside the doors. And I would be in that mix. I would be in that mix talking to these women, and I would have them laughing and everything. That's just kind of inmate I was, right? So a woman say, ask the other woman, she say, you know Wade, don't you? You know Wade? He's talking about, yeah, I know Wade. I always see him strutting up and down this hallway. She said I'll be strutting as if I was so sexy. But she knew I was sexy because that's what she wanted to say, looking at me in my eyes. Because you know the eyes speak a language. The eyes speak a language. And when you understand the language of the eyes, ooh-wee, if it's coming from a woman, if it's coming from a woman, you understand where it could go. So I knew that this woman, she was feeling me. She was feeling me. And so many of them feel a man, you know, you in prison and you taking care of yourself, your skin looking good, you know, you ain't on no drugs, you eating right. The women like that. They seeing this is the man that they had a desire for in society, but the men in society, they looking like rag dolls. They looking like hush puppies. They looking like mutts. The only thing they want is some drugs. They don't want no woman. So when they see this in a man that's taking care of himself, the women, they have a desire for this man, and especially if he's saying the right things. Because this is the man she been wanting in her life for a very long time. But he's locked up. So she enjoying the time that she can have with him while he's locked up and while she's at work and looking forward to come to work tomorrow. And might have a man, might be married, which is one of the things I really don't involve myself in. I really don't involve myself in marriage, in relationships, because see, I don't want to break up no happy home if it's happy. I don't want to be the cause of that breakup. Because see, I want the woman to be happy. I want the woman to receive me in the matter of her being free and us coming together. Freely. Freely. Because it's the freeness that's gonna make her happy. It's the freeness that's gonna allow her to be open and share her inner self with me and not having to hide anything. See, you feel better when you don't have to hide anything from one another. And you feel relieved when you can share openly how you feel in your inner self. And let's just say now you have something within yourself, right, that you haven't shared with nobody. You haven't even shared it with your best friend. But here's a man or a woman in one another's lives where they feel good about sharing what's in their heart or how they've been feeling from years ago. They can open up to this person. And that's a great feeling. That's something that's been taken up on off your shoulders, and you feel so relieved. Because the Bible says that God wouldn't place nothing upon you that you couldn't bear. So I can go to God and I can give him anything that's on my shoulders. I can give it to him and he'll release it of me. And when you can do that yourself, when you can share something with somebody and not feel as if the person is going to judge you wrong if you tell them this. So you have to know that you can trust this person in order to share that with them. See, you got to know that you can share that with them. Because you don't want to be judged wrong. Because you don't want what you have that's good. Yeah, but I just went to the Cash App. I just went to the Cash App, and then it said that it's a capital. I mean, it's a dollar sign, a capital J, a capital R, LESD, and that's what I just went to, and that's what it says. That's what it says. But I haven't received my card to the Cash App yet. It was sent 8 days ago. And I checked on it. It said it's been sent. The card was sent 8 days ago. But the Cash App information is dollar sign, capital J, capital R, LESD. I just went to it, and that's what it reads. So if you're trying to place something on that Cash App, that's the information to it. That's the information to it. But back to the conversation. When you're in prison, right? Yes, yeah. That's what I was saying. So that's not right. That's not it. That's not it. It's the dollar sign, capital J, capital R, LESD. That's what it is. That's what it is. I was saying it wrong. All right, you got it. All right. So now, when you're doing years in prison, right? And it's rat time. Okay, you see it? All right. Thank you. Thank you. And hopefully, whenever you're able, you can do something. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it because it's not just for me, it's for just release. This is for just release. To enable me to be able to do some of the things that I have a goal for just release. I have a goal for just release. And to a degree it takes financial aid to reach that goal. But God got me. God got me. God got me, people. And I know he got me because you know why I know he got me? Because he loved it me first. He loved it me first, and he's still loving me. He loved me even after all the years I've done. Even after some of the bad things I've done, he still loved me. And I know that. And so in the subject of what I'm saying is that when we go into these cells, all right, and we have these women in our life that we can write to, so much come out of us when we putting it on paper. So much come out of us when we putting it on paper. Some men could put it on paper but can't express it when they're in person of the person. See, I didn't just want to put it on the paper because that's how I was feeling when I was putting it on the paper, and that was my only opportunity that I had to share myself on how I felt about that person, right? So I wanted to be able to express myself freely with a woman, even in person. And I had to learn this because my heart, to a degree, was hard because I was incarcerated. And I felt that I couldn't just do anything for that person. But it's not just about doing something for them in that manner. Because a woman needs so much of a man that's outside of money. A woman needs a man because God made a mate for her. God made a mate for her. Not another woman, but a man. See, they call them women. They call them women. They call us men. They call us man. And we was made for a woman. We wasn't made for many women. We was made for a woman. See, we can indulge our life in relationships as friends with women. But as friends because, friends with women is exciting. So much comes of being a friend to women that men don't even understand. You see dudes piling in cars going out together. 4 deep. You see men in restaurants 4 deep at a table, 2 and 3. But that table was meant for a man and a woman to be with. See, it was meant for a man and a woman to go out and have fun. See, the guys and the girls, it's a time for them too. But most of the time it's for the man and the woman to go out. And you can look at one another and see if something took place in a man's life where he got incarcerated, the woman's going to remember the times when y'all went out and y'all was sitting at the table and y'all was eating and you was watching how she was enjoying that dessert and how it made her look. All right, Oak Cliff in the house again, man. Thumbs up to you, baby. Thumbs up to you, man. And let them boys know up in Oak Cliff, man, down there in D-Town, that Dre Dog is over here on YouTube, and they have to check me out. I don't know if Blackface and them all got out, and I was incarcerated with some guys out of Oak Cliff, and I knew quite a bit of them. I don't know if they freedom has taken place in their life, but you let them, when you come in contact with some of them, tell them about Just Release. Tell them about Just Release and tell them when they get up on that Just Release, tell them to subscribe. And tell them hit that like button. Tell them hit that like button. Because see, we going to bring something that was inside to the outside that the people can hear and enjoy to listen to. Because see, we already know what it was like inside. The struggles that we went through. Hearing about who got killed. Hearing about who got married. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because guess what? They know me in Oak Cliff. They know me in South Dallas. They know me in North Dallas. They know me in East Dallas. They must know me down there in Funky Town. Because you know what? I wasn't city tripping. I wasn't city tripping down there. Because see, if you're real, it don't matter where you're from, Oak Cliff. It don't matter where you're from. You can be from Buffalo, Texas. If you real recognize real. And they come together like birds on a feather. And it was about coming together down there. Not going into nobody butane and all that. Real talk. Wasn't about no punk stuff, man. It wasn't about no punk stuff. It was about gaining something that could benefit us out here in society. Because see, it was a lot of men that left the streets that had kids. And when you talk to them, they talk about how they want to go back out there to their children. Be a better father. Do better things for them. And prison didn't hinder them to the point where they couldn't do that. Men hinder themselves if they're not doing that once they become free. Because see, them children, they come down there to them visits and they be so happy to see their father. They be so happy and they don't care they behind the glass. They don't care if they out there in contact. They just be happy to see their fathers. So you can imagine how they feel when their fathers come home. They be so happy. They be so happy. They want to hug you and kiss you. I don't care how old they are. They're just so happy you done came home. But it's in a manner that we have to come home to them. It's a manner that we have to come home to them. Because they looking for you to be that father. They looking for you to be that friend. They looking to you to be something they never had with you while you was incarcerated. If you did a lot of years and you became free, that was a blessing. Because out of your years that you did in prison, you seen the mess up men brought upon themselves while being locked up. You seen the men indulge in the homosexual game and kill themselves, knowing that it was nothing gonna come good out of that relationship if you was indulging in that manner. Punks in prison can enlighten you on things that's good as well. other than trying to have sex with you or anything. They can communicate with you on a level that inspires you to do better. They can come to you and show you where you messing up and need to straighten up. All relationships with punks don't have to be sexually. But if a man says that he didn't come in contact or deal with them, he's lying. He's trying to hide something. Because, see, punks are bold. They are bold. They'll go to some of the hardest men and try to build a relationship with them sexually. But when they see the mindset of the person that they're dealing with is not of that nature, they won't even try. They won't even try them. They'll just deal with them in the manner that they're dealing with them in. But if they see a weakness in you, a softness in you, they'll take toll and they'll take control, and you'll find yourself in a deep sexual relationship with them. And they will alter your mindset to the point where you'll find yourself taking a pickle. They'll manipulate you to the point where they doing you and you not just doing them. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it happen among some of the guys. Okay. Because that was the right information that I had given. So when I get through with this video, I will go back and I will go check that out. I'll go check it. But it was a $, capital J, capital R, LESD. And I went back and I seen it. That's right? Okay, because I went back to check it out because I was saying it wrong. I was saying it wrong. And I appreciate that. But again, I'm doing 2 videos today, so y'all already know I was ready to talk. And with that person asked me, I felt that I needed to speak more of that on the channel because, we talk about, punks and all, and we talk about the punks as if the punks are there just to be, having sex with. But messing with punks don't mean just having sex with them, right? Punks don't mean, amen, okay, all right, appreciate that. Punks can give us something that some of these guys that we deal with on a daily basis don't give us. And that's something positive. Something positive. They even must tell us about some of our own partners that we think that's our partners. And don't be. Laugh in our face. But be against us. Like the guy that told a woman that I was a snitch and I messed with punks. That's not a punk can tell you that. And they'll tell you the true nature of Dre Dog and how they dealt with me inside the walls. Because not so much I was trying to be different. I had to be different. I couldn't fall in that back in the game mode of men who felt that having sex with men was all right because it wasn't. Just because you was locked up didn't mean you had to have sex with a man. I don't care if the women's would have came. Yeah, we might have that part where we think about it because you dealing with dudes that are bring it up, like the little guy that I was with always saying he was gonna get him a punk. I'm gonna get me a punk, and all the time he was a punk. I remember we went to church one time and they had these punks sitting over there with us in the church. And one of the punks, he was a kind of big punk named Tammy. I'll never forget his name. He told me that this dude that I was with was a punk. In his face. Told him that he liked what he liked. That pickle. So I'm looking like, man, because those were fighting words to me. See, if he'd have said that about me in public to somebody, I'd have busted him in his face. Immediately. Any man. You don't have to just be a punk. You called me out my name and I bust your face. I bust your wig. And that was me. But I'm looking at this guy that I'm dealing with on a daily basis that's always hollering about him getting a punk. He was a punk. I say, man. I say, man, that dude talking to you like that. You know what that man said? Or that boy? He said that punk is just jealous of him. I said, why would a punk be jealous of you if you a man? Punks is jealous of punks, not no man. He was a punk. And so dealing with these kind of characters in prison on a daily basis, I didn't recognize, but I had to become recognizable of them. Because it can harm your relationship with other people. Yeah. Yes, it can. So when the guy told the woman that I was a snitch and I was a punk, that I messed with punks, she knew that wasn't true, and she knew where it was coming from his inner self of the loyalty he had towards me. And she told me about it. Because guess what? She became my institutional woman. Yeah. She became closer to me because of something that he said that she knew wasn't right. All the administration knew me. It's so much I could have told, but I didn't. I was in prison for not telling it on my homeboys. They gave me 3 aggravated 45s, random concurrent. Why would I come in prison and tell some stupid stuff? Oh, yeah? I wonder what they're going to give him. I really don't be checking that kind of stuff out, but I do. Would like to hear about what took place on him, which I'm going to hear. I'm going to hear about it. And all I can do is just pray for the man. I can just pray for the man. I ain't going to hate on him. I'm not going to be like my homeboys was talking about what's going to happen to him and all that, because I don't know what's going to happen to him. I don't know what's going to take place in his life in prison. But I know what? Justice was at hand. Justice took place for what he did. And justice is going to take place for what took place with the other men. Justice is taking place in that situation, in which America is probably looking today. America is really paying attention to what kind of sentences he's going to get, and what kind of sentence would you think that he deserved? What would you really think that he deserved? What kind of sentence do you think he need to have in doing what he did? And then see, because I asked that is because, see, if you come out, tell us what happened. The outcome of what's going to happen to him, it's going to alter the mindset of the people of society. It really is, because some going to feel that he should have been sentenced harshly. Some going to feel differently, and that's just how the makeup of people are. But you know what I wanted to speak on too? There was a young lady out of California that said that she may be kin to me. And I was talking to her one day, and I didn't save her number. And I don't think she called me. But if you looking at my channel, please call me again. Please contact me again, because I want to continue our conversation. I want to really find out if you are kin to me and you feel that way, that we are. And I'd like to get a little bit in further in that and see if we're kin. So if you're watching my channel because you're one of my viewers, I don't know if you've been watching me, but if you are, get at me, call me, so that I can save your number and so we can talk a little bit more. And I meant to do that this morning at my first video, but I was watching just a minute ago, and I seen that wave, and it made me think about you. But I hope you are still watching my channel, and I hope that you contact me so we can find out as we are related. But that's it. All right. Okay. Uh, I see. Sometimes I get so caught up, right? I get so caught up in talking and expressing myself and talking about stuff that went on in prison and stuff, and I'm ready to interview somebody that want to express themselves or what took place in their lives and how they feel as an ex-con, and would like for people to hear and know about that I'm not expressing some things that could be said that that's on you and not me, because I told you this challenge is just released. It ain't about Andre Wade, right? It's about all of us. It's about all of us, right? And even if you haven't been to prison, right? Even if you haven't been to prison, I should be able to upgrade my phone next month. I should be able to upgrade my phone next month so that I can do interviews wherever you are. This phone here it won't do it. It won't do it. But I'm gonna upgrade next month to the point where I can interview anybody, and wherever you at, it don't matter. And, I'm talking to my fans in Australia. I'm talking to my fans in uh, Cali, everywhere. Because see, it ain't about just Texas prisoners. It's about anybody that's been incarcerated. It's about anybody that's had somebody that's incarcerated. Because I see people want to hear about what's taking place in people's lives that has to do with institutional lockup. And you never know who may be listening and reviewing these channels that they can help you, right? Because you have a lot of important people that watches prison channels. You have judges, you have law, you have everybody that watches these channels, right? You got Big Herc, you got 916 Dirty Weather. You have all these channels and every one of them is coming with something different. Every one of them is coming with something different. It's totally impossible for us to come the same day with the same thing, but it's the same mindset of people that's been incarcerated that's doing these channels. So, because I don't see one channel bigger than the other. I don't see it that way. You might have millions of viewers and all that, and your content may be better than mine in some sort. But what I went through, what Andre Wade went through, what Dre Dawg had to go through inside the walls is what I'm bringing. Is what I'm bringing. See, I'm not bringing nothing from Snowman. I'm not bringing nothing from 916. I'm not bringing nothing from Big Hurt of 42 Straight. I'm bringing what took place in Andre Wade's life. Because, see, if a person say he's seen every stabbing inside a prison and every rape, he lying. He's lying. It's totally impossible. You can hear about it, but you can't see it because it don't take place all the time around you. See, so what you're giving is a lie. If you say you've seen it, you're lying. Some of y'all wasn't even going to Rick because they were fighting out there. Stabbing could take place. It wasn't going. Can you put that back up there again? I didn't catch all of it. I didn't catch all of it. I didn't catch all of that. I would like to see that again. What are you asking me? Because I would like to know. You say you're watching it, and I want to know what the outcome will become. It was just like when O.J. Simpson was going through his trial, and at the sentencing time, I was in prison, and the whole prison was so quiet. Every TV was on OJ's trial at that time. All the rank was on a tank watching to see what the outcome was going to be, what the verdict was going to be. So many I'm talking about was, and so I can imagine right now what it's like with this guy waiting on his sentence. I could imagine what it's like, in prison. And right now in society, you got jobs or people that's working right now that's reviewing it also. They want to know what the outcome is going to be. They really do. So, like I say, whatever's going to come his way is going to come. Some going to be satisfied with that, some ain't going to be satisfied. And that's just how the people are. That's just how they respond to this kind of act, this kind of stuff that goes on. But I uh I enjoyed today. I really enjoyed today. Thank you for the thumbs up. And I really enjoyed talking with you all, expressing, some of the things that had taken place in my life while being in prison. I really enjoyed talking how I feel about women and how I feel about punks, because openly I can be freely in what I say, because what I'm saying is how I really acted and what I went through in prison. So there's nothing to hide when it comes to expressing myself to the people that views my channel, because a lot of things you can find out on the internet about Andre Wade. You can go and find out, about my crime rate, what I did inside of prison, the accomplishments that I did, and I accomplished many things in prison. But the main thing I accomplished was the relationship with God. The biggest accomplishment I ever accomplished in my life was the relationship with God. And with that, I feel that I have a sound mind. I'm a diabetic. I've been given an operation that took my feet, and so much has been taken in my life to the point where um, I can just have to give it to God, and that struggle in that aspect, He straightens out. He gives me the strength to endure. He gave me the strength to serve that 45 aggravated year sentence. He gave me that strength to keep that sound mind, to keep my health right inside of prison. So, and if He did this for me, I know He'll do it for you. And all you have to do is pray and ask Him. And He's a God that don't break promises. So whatever that's being promised to you, God will give it to you. So with that, in a relationship, it's all you have to have. You have to have God in that relationship in order for it to grow. You really have to. And if you're a woman or you're a man and you're looking for that right person in your life, then you pray and you ask God for it. And God is going to put it in your life. He really is. But you have to trust Him. You have to have a sincere heart when you pray this. When you pray this, your heart has to be sincere. Because, see, God, He only answers sincere hearts. Because He know your heart better than you do. Hey, I told him, you tell somebody about Just Release, tell me hit that like button. Tell me hit that like button, because ain't no telling what I might come back with next. But one thing you know. Oh, yeah. Okay, all right, yeah. But, hey, thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all if you're willing to share anything with me through my cash out. I'm thankful for it. And just know that I'm there. I'm there for you. Just Release is coming. And wherever you ask me, and whatever you ask me to bring, I'm going to bring. If I can speak on it, I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to express to myself on it. If I went through it, I'm going to let you know I went through it. But if I haven't seen it, I never tell you what I seen. I'm only going to tell you what I seen and what I heard. Hey, this Just Releasing Andre Wade. You tell somebody about it, tell them hit that like button. Tell them hit that like button. Because ain't no telling what I might come back with next.